the locker room. If you've never been in a pro athlete locker room, allow me to welcome you into our, hold on, let me turn it down.
You'll get fined again.
I know.
You already got fined once this week.
She said she loved me.
All right, let's ask if y'all gonna love this next conversation. It's about to get good. Shots were taken at another athlete. There's nothing more intense in pro sports than when somebody says something wild. Colorado faces Nebraska in one of the biggest games of the college football season on Saturday. Now, Shedeur Sanders, the starting quarterback for Colorado, well, somebody had some wild things to say about him. Now, what that young man said was that you can't compare the Nebraska quarterback, Dylan Raiola, to Shedeur Sanders, the Colorado quarterback. Here's the difference. The Nebraska quarterback's a freshman that started one game versus UTEP. It was a very nice win, but the Colorado quarterback, Shedeur Sanders, is potentially a top 5 pick. And this linebacker for Nebraska is saying that you can't compare a freshman to Shedeur Sanders. To my mind, he got to watch his mouth, fellas. He got to watch his mouth. It sounds crazy. Who are you to say that you can compare this freshman quarterback to Shedeur Sanders? Now, Colorado might not have the cumulative wins over Shedeur's year in the game tenure, but Shedeur Sanders got the cumulative numbers. Shedeur Sanders is a top pick. Dylan Raiola, for as good as he will be one day, Chase Daniel, the quarterback to my right, he is a freshman QB. You got to watch your mouth when you talk about certain cats.
No, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. I'd be really weirded out if that dude didn't say what he said, because he wouldn't be backing up his quarterback. Like he's got his back. What do you expect him to say? Yeah, Shedeur Sanders is the best in the world, like Bill Belichick does to other teams. They just build him up in press conferences. No, he's being real. He got asked a question. He probably didn't think anything about it. We're making a big deal of it because it is Shedeur Sanders in Colorado. But, okay, Shedeur is 22, gonna potentially, it depends on how the season goes, be a top 5 pick. At the end of the day, though, we like to talk about Colorado. They haven't shown me anything. They almost got beat by North Dakota State, bro. Like, they won by 6 or 5, whatever it was. So I think the easiest way to shut them up is go out there and play well in Nebraska.
Hey, I'm just looking at the dog part. Forget all the other stuff.
Could be, though.
Have we all watched Shedeur?
We have.
Come on, man. So you mean to tell me you're going to watch Shedeur and say he ain't a dog? Now, listen, I'm cool with it, all right? Back up your quarterback.
You already know that, for one. So it's like, why am I about to argue about, we talking about some freshmen? It don't even make sense. So I think for Colorado, if this is another player that maybe was just as good, right, the quarterback from Georgia, if he says something like that or whatever, it might be a conversation. But this dude, like, what are we talking about?
I just caught something. You said he's the best
He's the best quarterback in college football. Yeah. I believe so. That's the coaches, the scouts, and so does Nike. Boom, bang. They all think that.
Here my thing is, I feel like some of these young cats ain't got respect. That's my issue. And they ain't got no fear of nobody. That's really the issue I have with it, is like, if you have respect, if you don't even got to fear, you're a fear man, at least respect him. At least respect Shedeur. At least respect your opponent. The dude to my right, Chase Daniel, we played my freshman year. Chase was a senior, 2-time Heisman finalist. We'll talk more about that over the show's tenure. Chase was that dude. We had a quarterback by the name of Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy was that dude.
That was my cousin, though. My daddy's sister.
Y'all look nothing alike. Colt McCoy was that dude. Now, Chase had a dude by the name of Jeremy Macklin. He was
like,
Eagles, first-round pick, went on to play with Shady, played with Shady.
Pretty good.
That dude. We was at Texas. We was like the #1 team in the nation. They was at Mizzou. They was like the #3 team in the nation. We had to beat them to go on to where we was trying to go on to. It was the biggest game. The biggest game. Clearly, I thought Colt was that dude. Ain't nobody gonna disrespect Chase.
Right.
We ain't gonna disrespect him. We ended up smacking him, 56-24.
Hey, Jay, you heard that? You heard that?
Yeah, you know what's crazy about that game? I remember that y'all were up like 35-0 at half. Bro, we went into the locker room, and I said, guys, I don't think we're gonna win this game, but I just need us to keep it respectable.
Okay.
That's all I said.
Hold on, really quick.
All I'm saying is I wouldn't disrespect
So really quick.
I wouldn't disrespect
Really quick. You was on the defense?
Yes, sir, of course, linebacker.
So I know you came to the sideline like, he ain't all that.
But on the sideline,
I told you.
And the thing, I have no issue with you doing it on the sideline. Do it to your teammates. But you can't go to the media. Why? Because I respected
you. know I was that dude.
But like, you don't believe that like certain. So I get fired up when people say things. But it got to be the certain person. This guy speaking, and then the rookie? He's a freshman quarterback. He ain't really did nothing yet. Other looking like Patrick Mahomes. What I'm saying is this. Certain things that people say might not get me riled up like other people. If Shedeur Sanders says something about another player, you best believe that whole team gonna be fired up. If Travis Hunter says something, they're gonna be fired up. But Come on.
And that's what I want to talk about because you
you
might have been saying that before the game with us, but we went in confident, and I'd already been to a Heisman Trophy. I was 4th in the finalists or whatever. So, like, you got to think of it from Shedeur Sanders' perspective is he hears it, but it just is water off his shoulder, bro.
Yeah.
Like I remember, like, when we were playing, I remember we actually played at Colorado in 07. Their DB was popping off. We're going to play man coverage against them. We're going to lock up Jeremy Macklin. We're going to double him. You know what we did? We threw for 450 yards, 3 touchdowns on them in Colorado for Missouri's first win in like 30 years. Jeremy Macklin had 2 touchdowns that game. So, and we didn't even look at it. But after the fact, after we beat them, you better be sure that we let them know you ain't talking about us right now. So we didn't care about it going into the game, but after once we put our foot down on them, that's when we cared.
But not only that, buddy, play defense. All eyes finna be on you now. All right, Shedeur don't play Raiola. All right, you talking all this funny business that Shedeur ain't like that and he ain't no dog and all that. You gotta stop him.
Here's what I don't get.
What if he throws 3 interceptions?
Shedeur's a superstar.
I'm just saying, like, what if he?
But did we not forget that though? This is something real quick, Acho. We keep talking about these guys like they regular dudes. When you're a superstar in the squad, I'm not, bro. I can't. I'm thinking about in my career because I've always been like that. So I'm never gonna argue with certain guys that's not like that unless you got a name like I got a name, unless you got a type of profile like I got. We not about to be.
Not even argue that.
You know how I get down. I'm not talking to dudes that's not like that. But yo, remember, you going in the 5th round, you might get drafted. We got nothing to talk about.
But when you lace him up and you trot out there, you ain't gonna be thinking like this dude tried.
Did you just hear what I just told you?
I did.
I'm about to be drafted in the 1st round. We might have never seen you on Sundays. Me and you have nothing to talk about. Are you kidding
That's
me?
facts, though.
Yeah.
That's facts. I don't think it bothers Shedeur at all. It should. Only reason it bothers me is because, like, these young cats real disrespectful. At least put some respect on your
Social media.
He looked harmless though. Say like actually like looking at him, like he was just like Like, he looked harmless.
Here's a stat line of Shedeur from last year and the person who spoke from last year. 6 tackles.
I'm leaving, yo.
Come on,
you see what I'm saying?
Shedeur
What are we talking about?
And Colorado won 36-14.
I'm looking forward to this game though.
What are we
You
talking
just
about?
gotta be smart. You gotta think before you speak sometimes. Well, hey, we got a team meeting. Hold on. We got a team meeting. Hold on. Here, let me get the music back going.
Team meeting. Let's go. Don't be late.
Don't be late.
Put your phone away, Acho.